Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive.
Always a pleasure to be here.
You know, when you sent in that Reuters article about Elon Musk at the Trump inauguration celebration, well, color me intrigued.
It is pretty wild, right? Something from 2017 still generating buzz today.
Exactly. It's like, how does something from way back then, still be relevant now?
Well, I think it shows how actions, especially ones caught on camera and shared online, they can kind of take on a life of their own, you know?
For sure, for
What do you
sure.
think?
So let's paint a picture for our listeners. Musk is at the Capital One Arena in D.C. The place is buzzing, and he's giving this speech, talking about this big moment, a fork in the road, as he calls it, and then boom, this gesture.
Oh, yeah, the gesture. He kind of thumps his right hand over his heart, fingers spread out, then extends his arm out and up, palm down, fingers together. And he does it twice. First to the cameras, then to the crowd.
And, well, that's when things get interesting, according to the article.
Interesting is one word for it.
Right. So online, people immediately start saying it looks like a Nazi salute. And we're not talking about, like, random internet trolls. The Jerusalem Post even ran a piece asking if Musk had given a sea kyle.
Yeah, it definitely raised eyebrows. And for good reason. I mean, the Anti-Defamation League, the ADL, they're the folks who keep tabs on anti-Semitism. They weighed in, too.
And what did they say?
Well, their take was that it was more of an awkward gesture, in the heat of the moment, rather than an intentional Nazi salute.
Okay, that's a take. Do we know, well, like, how they came to that conclusion? Did they have any extra info or context?
Honestly, the article doesn't really go into their thought process,
Yeah.
but they are the experts when it comes to hate symbols, so.
Yeah, you got to figure they know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
It does make you wonder, though. Did they look at other stuff, like Musk's past actions or statements?
It definitely adds another layer, doesn't it?
For sure. And of course, Musk didn't just sit there and take it. The article says he called the accusations a tired attack, a dirty trick, that kind of thing. And get this, he even posts a video of his speech on X, but there's a catch.
Ooh, what's that?
The clip conveniently cuts off right before he makes that first gesture towards the cameras.
No, that is interesting. Why cut that part out? Was it just, like, an accident? Or was there a reason, like, maybe, to avoid more controversy?
Who knows? But of course, this all sparked a whole storm on X. Some users were all, nah, he's just being heartfelt, while others, not so much.
It's like everyone had their own interpretation, right? But I think what's even more important than how people saw the gesture itself is looking at the bigger political picture, especially with what we know about Musk now.
You're talking about his support for the AfD, right?
Yeah.
The Alternative for Germany Party.
Exactly. They're considered far-right, and just to be clear, for anyone not up on German politics, that means...
They're pretty extreme.
Yeah, you could say that. They're all about nationalism, and sometimes they say some pretty xenophobic stuff. Plus, German security services actually labeled them right-wing extremist, and then you've got Musk hosting their leader on X.
It definitely makes you rethink things. So, knowing all this now, how about you, the listener? Does it change how you see that gesture at the Trump celebration? Just a guy caught up in the moment? Or was there more to it?
That's the million-dollar question. It's like actions, especially from people in the public eye, they can be seen in so many different ways. The gesture itself, it's open to interpretation, but I think this whole thing really highlights how important context is and how people and their affiliations can change over time.
Well said. And that's a wrap on another deep dive. Thanks for listening, everyone, and we'll catch you next time.
See you then.